Hello, everyone. I'm your host, the Lady Man, and I have here a glass of Courvoisier, and I'm going to get very drunk. I purposely didn't eat so I could get very drunk. I am not the ladies' man, I am far from it. My name is Nicholas Johns. This is Uncle Rico's Storytime. This is not Courvoisier. It is whiskey. I did have a shitty day. This was supposed to be champagne for celebration, and I was very excited today to do like a fuck yeah podcast, and it's more like a kick in the nuts. Where to begin? So, my dream has always been to find a place on the water. My dream has been down to go down to Mexico and just go down there in RV. Blah blah blah. Cartels are shitty. Blah blah blah. I'm looking more at staying in the United States, and I thought I had found a piece of land in Sholo. It's Arizona. I won't get into Sholo's background, but I was talking to this dude, super sketchy. It's off the grid, but this had the possibility of electricity, which is nice. But talking to this dude, he was very. It was like pulling teeth to try to get information from him. His ad didn't have shit on it. He opened up with me when I told him I was former Navy because he was former Army, and then after like a day, he was weird. At one point, I drove up, looked at the land. He wasn't responding and stuff, so I was like, "Dude, let's make a deal." And he responds with, "Quote: You want an update? Here's an update for you. In about 3 weeks, I'm going to go up there and pull the trailer off the land and then come up with a reasonable price for just the land. There's your update." What the fuck, dude? Normally, when you hear "let's make a deal," you get excited and happy. Like, okay, let's fucking fine print this bitch and put it to bed. So I was like, whatever. I moved on from that. Then I found this land just north of a man-made lake in a mountain. It's fucking gorgeous. I drive up there. There's shit all over the place. And I'm thinking to myself right away, I'm thinking, it's going to cost me, with my back's going to be more fucked up from just cleaning this shit up. It was useful stuff. But shit, either way. Get to the RVs, there are flies buzzing all over the place. They got a little fifth wheel there. The dude was trying to build it himself. It was obvious he was building himself by himself, of the way he had shit hanging. Like, but this fifth wheel that's there, there's flies buzzing all over the place. I'm like, fuck this. So I didn't even really look at it that well. As I'm leaving, I stop and look at, like, actually fully take in the view, and it's a 180-degree view. And I'm like, oh my god, man. It just haunted me. It stayed with me. Then I started thinking about all the shit that I was on the land, and I'm like, you know what? I could use that for this and that, and da 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 da. So I hit him back up. I was like, hey, give me your email. I'm going to send an offer in. She gives me her email. It's this dude's girlfriend that I'm dealing with. She gives me her email. So I'm in the process of typing up this email, and she says, hey, some dude. Okay. this piece of land is like up in the mountains, tough to get to. There's a little valley where there's like 8 or 9 people living in this little valley. It's a bit of a treacherous road to get up there. You need 4-wheel drive. It's steep. You just got to take it slow, you know. But she says this dude that we were talking to earlier put in an offer. And I'm like, fuck. If it's some guy that they've already been talking to and he circled back and put in an offer, I'm like, this is a fucking done deal. So all weekend long, I was just bombed as shit. You know, it was kind of one of those things where you're like, once it's gone, you realize how good it was. Because I was like, oh man, I could have done this and that. And like, fuck. And then I keep pulling up the sunset and I'm like, oh my God, this was gorgeous land. And I'm like, it's in that. Like, fuck. I wanted that land. It's okay, baby. I'm just kidding. So, I'm in the gym. And I'm watching TV and I'm watching these stupid house renovation things. They're not stupid. Buddy, come on. Get over here. Go over there. Good boy. Watching these house renovation things. And I noticed that they just put offers on these houses and then go look at them. And then decide if they want to stick with the offer or change the offer or whatever. When I went through, I was licensed to sell real estate for a hot minute. And when I went through, like, you do not, this was a while ago, but you do not put an offer in until you've been, like, pre-approved, you've got your money, you've looked at the house, you've done your due diligence, you're like, okay, I'm ready here. You know, then you do negotiation. So I reach out to a couple of real estate friends of mine, and I'm like, hey, what's up, da-da-da-da-da. They're like, oh, yeah, it's totally different now. People just fucking pop off offers. They're like, oh, yeah, I'll give you $60,000 and a boat and a timeshare and da-da-da-da-da. So, I mean, now more than ever, I guess it's good that you have a real estate agent to cut through that shit because it's fucking frustrating as hell. So, I hit this guy's girlfriend back up. I'm like, hey, just to let you know, real estate shit has changed. And, you know, when I say I'm ready to put the offer in, I'm like ready to put the offer in. Like, I'm cash ready. Like, let's go. And she goes, oh my God, this dude was on his way up and he got halfway up and got scared about the road and left. And he was going to bring us some earnest money and we really needed that money. So I was like, all right, fucking bet. Times 2, really, because then she was like, oh, they're desperate, you know? So, I used that as ammo, got the price on this land. They're desperate. Land's in foreclosure. They want to move. They've had 2 other deals go through. So they're ready to go. So I use this to my benefit. Negotiate a price, pretty good price for me. And I give them a deal. I'm like, I know they don't want to move all this shit that's up there. And it's fucking nasty. But I have wrapped my head around it and pretty much a lot of the stuff I can use. So I said, here's the deal. I said, $27,000 just the land, or $29,000. This is a very small piece of land. This isn't like fucking big money shit. This is off grid. So I said, $27,000 just the land, $29,000 everything as is. And they said, okay. So I drove up, met up. Dude said, hey man, can you stop and get some beer and cigarettes? I'll, use the earnest money that you're bringing up to us. So I drive up there. Dude looks exactly like me, like long hair, bearded out. His girlfriend is up there. I go through with a more open eye and look at the shit, and I'm like, man, a lot of this stuff I'm going to use. And he starts going, well, I wanted to do this and that. I'm like, no, man. Everything as is everything as is. And he's like, well, I didn't know, blah, blah, blah. I go, yeah, it's fucking everything on the land. I want all the building supplies, fences, like fencing, everything. He's like, well, I got a diesel generator. I said, yeah, you can take that. He goes, well, I got a quad, this extended quad. I said, yeah, you can take that. These specialty tools, yeah, you can take that. Draw up a list of what you want, blah, blah, blah. But as we're talking about shit and I'm telling him about stuff that I have, he's very interested in my Mustang. So these guys are freaking out about the land being in foreclosure, how much money they owe to the lien holder. So we do this kind of like, hey, let's get it through fucking title. We'll have a gentleman's agreement on whatever we come up with. And so we go, okay, 29,000. I'll give you $1,000 now, $1,000 whenever. Da 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 da. We'll title this, blah blah. We'll get it through lien, everything, and then whatever we work on, I'll come to close. We'll draw it all up, everything neat and tidy. Perfect, great. I say, because I am giving you all this money and helping you out, closing costs are on you. And he says, fine. And she says, that's fair. If you haven't noticed, this comes into the story later. So, we're getting along. Everything's great. I'm like, dude, this guy is like a version of me. Tried to set his shit up here, failed. I'm going to take over. Start talking about other shit. I'm almost to the point where I'm going to offer him. And then once they came over to my house, they were interested in my RV. And I was almost to the point where I was going to offer him, hey man, if we include the RV, da da da, you can live on my property for free, da da da, until, but so financing, I get fucked around, da 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 da, like all this shit. So I'm gonna just fucking sell all my projects, close on this fucker quick, get it paid off from the lien holder so they can save a bunch of money, and we'll figure this shit out when the dust settles, So closes really quick. It takes like 2 weeks, and they schedule it. And we've got to bump close over the weekend, and we go to we're not going way the fuck out to their office. They're going to send their paperwork into the city so we can sign it and all this shit. So this weekend, and meanwhile, like, they came down here to my spot and did like a stupid odd job for me. They were going to clean out, the girlfriend was going to clean out the RV. And then we got to bullshitting, and I bought him pizza and stuff and did all this. She never cleaned out the RV, and I gave her $100 for that. I just helped him out a lot. And it gets too dark, so she doesn't even finish the RV. So I spend the weekend selling my cherished 68 Mustang. It's a 2-door coupe, straight 6, so it's nothing, but it's got 30,000 miles on it. And I sell my motorcycle, a Yamaha V-Star 1100, for way cheaper than I should have. And today, Sunday, Monday at noon, we're going to close. We're going to meet at a coffee shop, square up our shit, go to the title, do our official shit. Everything's good. Today, a dude, so all weekend I'm selling these fucking vehicles online, which sucks.
Because these beat-offs, one, you got to deal with the scammers. Two, you got to deal with the beat-offs who just automatically lowball you. And then when they find out that it's sold, they fucking message you back. Oh, I would have gave you $5. But there's a huge crew of people online now trying to make money and just try to half-ball people and fucking grab something for super cheap, which makes selling stuff so frustrating. It's unbelievable. So I sell. Oh my God, it's so hot in here. This dude shorted out my main and. Chico, what was I talking about? Don't eat that, Bubba. So today I wake up, sell my fucking Mustang for less than I wanted to. So yesterday, the seller hit me up and was like, "Hey, how are things?" It was a Saturday. They're checking it. "Hey, how are things?" I said, "Yeah, still waiting to sell my Mustang, but if it doesn't sell, I'll get a loan from somebody real quick, and we're good on Sunday." She goes, "Well, Matt's really not happy with the closing costs," and so we get into that, and the dude is trying to renegotiate closing costs. He's unhappy about the amount that he is getting. Through all of this, I have been sending them. They've been getting emails from the title company breaking everything down. Even though we agreed that they were going to pay closing costs, I said, "Hey, I'm going to send this deposit. I'm worried about you having to come a check with, you're going to have to bring a check to close with closing costs and da 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 da. I'm just going to agree to pay closing costs with the title company, and then we'll back that out of our gentleman's agreement." Oh my God, the AC finally kicked on. Thank God. And their response to those texts was agreed upon or something like that. Acknowledged. And then I was like, so if I owe you, 27,000, it'll be, 26,250 if closing costs are 750. And they again said agreed upon. So today I wake up and sell the Mustang, the Shiva. Thanks, Jay, for the name. You the man. And I sell that, and I'm fucking golden. I'm fucking ecstatic. And Saturday they brought up the shit about trying to renegotiate. I'm like, "Look, da 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 da," and she goes, "Yeah, I sent them snapshots of like our discussions and everything," and I'm like, "This is it, da da da. It is like there's no negotiating at this point. Like we've got 2 days before we close." And she's like, "Yeah, I know. I explained it to him, and da da da." She's like, "Oh, I'll just end up having to take it out of my cut," and I'm like, I don't know if that was an attempt at a guilt trip thing, but I was like, "Well, don't even take it out of your cut. He agreed to it. You said fine. Like we verbally agreed upon it. There's I sent you text messages and snapshots of it. We got this email back and forth that I sent you snapshots of. So, it is what it is. Like." So today, sell the Mustang, super happy. They said, "What's up?" I go, "Yeah, I sold the Mustang, good to go. Like Monday's rock on, blah blah blah, And she responds with, "Well, Matt's not happy about the closing costs and da 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 da." So we get into this whole thing. So all day long, I've been dealing with these dudes, but like going back and forth where I'm like, "Oh well, he's not happy about it." So we get down to their shit. And this dude, when we fucking first met, and we're like, "Oh, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "Well, we'll meet early on and close up that 11,000, blah, blah, blah." He had fucking 11,000 in his mind, stuck in his mind. And Didn't realize, like, you know, rescheduling closing, you know, like the pay, first and foremost, the payoff. He called the lien holder and got the payoff amount, which was like 14.8, and that's not the payoff amount. They fucking charge you for everything. There's like $800 worth of shit, recording fees and preparation fees and estimated courier fees and all sorts of shit. They nickel and dime you. So, you know, he got caught up on this number when we first did our offer and stuck to it and didn't realize that when we get to close, that number changes. So today, he says that he wants the full 11,000 and he's not budging. So this blows into this huge thing. They called me once. They called me. When they call me, it's always speakerphone, and the girlfriend's always real nice and polite, and then boyfriend pops in. And that's what happened again on this phone call. They called me tonight. And then he pops in right away and starts fucking yelling at me. And then I start yelling at him, and he's like, "Don't fucking yell at me." And I'm like, "You're fucking yelling at me." And then I remember, I'm like, Jesus Christ, this dude's just like me, you know? So I rein it back and I go, "Look, dude, your fucking shit is in foreclosure. Like, you're gonna fucking blow this deal over $700. Like, even if we split closing costs, it's $375. Like, I've already been more generous than anything. I brought you beer, cigarettes, pizza, fucking $100. Like, so he fucking hangs up on me. And I absolutely fucking despise it when people hang up on me. I fucking hate it. It's so disrespectful. So the dude fucking hangs up on me. And I'm like, well, fuck off. I'm going to go to the gym. So I go to the gym real quick. Come out and I'm like, all right, you guys want to renegotiate? We will renegotiate. I offer them $8,000 less. Everything is off the fucking land because the last time that I fucking helped somebody out, I got fucked over with my RV. I'll tell you that. So I go, all right, I offered you deal was for, what did I offer him? No, I got that wrong. I said, back to the original shit then, motherfuckers. I'll give you 25,000 now, just the land. I don't want shit. Because you're gonna fucking sabotage shit. Last time I helped somebody, and he went this fucking crazy after I helped him a bunch. They were fucking delusional, and they sabotaged my shit. So I don't want anything. I envision him up there pissed off at me all night, drilling holes through fucking refrigerant panels, cooler panels that he had up there, stacked up there. I'm like, fuck, that's awesome. I'll build a little fucking basement cooler that'll keep me cool through the summer. You know, I envision him fucking shit up. So I'm like, all right, man, back to our fucking original deal. 27,000. I just want the land. You get all of your shit off of there, And now no quick close. So 60 days to close. I want you off the land immediately. I'll give you fucking 30 days to get your shit off the land. So 25,000, get your shit off. It's going to be gone in 60 days. You're going to lose a ton of money because those 2 months of your land in foreclosure, I address that later. But yeah, I go, here's a bullshit counter offer for you, Jagoff. Hopefully that'll wake him up. But I realize that he's fucking indignant. He's dug in on this fucking price that he's got ingrained in his head. So he sends me a fucking text message. Hey, I'm going up to the land, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to be unreachable, you know. You've got a fucking hair up your ass, da, 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 da. I sent him an email and then sent him a text saying, no more personal correspondence. Keep it official through email, you know, da, 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 da. Hopefully to scare the shit out of him overnight. And I sent him an email. Where I'm like, because I'm thinking, all right, dude, this guy's fucking hot. He's been like me the whole fucking time. All I want is the land. Honestly, I would pay him another fucking $1,000. But because of the precedent right now, I'm like, fuck you, man. You know? So I sent him an email. And I'm like, before I sent him this email, I was worried. I was like, all right, man. Because he told me this asshole neighbor that he doesn't like tried to get his land from him. So the only win that he could do is go to his neighbor. He's up there in the mountain right now. He could go to his neighbor tonight and be like, hey, dude, I'm getting fucked around, man. Give me 25,000. Let's fucking do it. And, you know, end up making out on the deal. So I send him this email. And I'm like, all right, man, you're going to make a big mistake, da, da, da. I'm outlining everything. I'm like, all right, this is, you know, I've sent you snapshots. We agreed upon this date, da, 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 da. I gave you this money, blah, blah, blah. And he sends me a fucking text that says, hey, he's trying to fucking I don't know. He's just trying to fight. He's dug in at his position. So he says, you know, whatever, blah, 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 escrow, you're fucking backing out on the deal. $11,000. If you don't want to give me my $11,000, I want my title for my trailer right away. When I gave him $2,000 earnest cash, he gave me the title to the fifth wheel that's up on the land. So my response to that was, you can have your title when you give me my $2,000 earnest cash. I sent you an email. No more fucking personal correspondence. I'm hoping that tomorrow morning this fucking idiot wakes up and realizes he's about to fucking blow a deal over $750. That if he doesn't, he's a So if this dude backs out on the deal, his land is still in foreclosure. Even if he goes to his neighbor and gets a good fucking deal, quick done, his neighbor's not gonna fucking quick deal for him. He's not gonna kick him any cash. And the whole time I was helping him out. So last time I helped anybody out was when I bought this RV. I bought this fucking RV from this dirtbag, Dan. Greenwald. Dude sells me his RV and he's been living in it for like 2 years. And we do our thing, da 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 da, and he's lived in it for like 2 years. He's getting back with his ex-girl, his baby's mama, and his girls. Obviously, two girls and two little girls and a grown woman cannot live in a fucking RV off grid in Arizona. So this dude is selling his RV, and we agreed to a price, got it done, and as we're about to do it, I'm like, hey man, so I'm in Arizona, where Arizona rental properties have just fucking skyrocketed through the roof for the last 12 years, I think they've gone up. Like, it's fucking insane, which makes sense because everybody's leaving California. So I talked to this dude. I was like, dude, what are you, blah blah blah. He goes, well, I'm gonna just if we do this today, we really need the money. I want to prove to the my girlfriend that blah blah blah. We'll get I'll just get a hotel room and I'll figure out in the morning. And I was like, dude, hotel rooms are like fucking $90, $100 a pop. Like, you're gonna take my money and fucking piss it away in a week in hotel fees. Like, dude, take the money and fucking get a goddamn, down to pot. Like, I'm like, dude, come on. And I go, look, dude, find a fucking place. If it takes you 2 or 3 weeks, you can stay in the you can stay in the RV. It's fine, da 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 da. But don't do a hotel, So this guy's like, after 2 weeks, he starts dodging my fucking calls and stuff, and God, I gotta try to fucking wrap my brain around what happened with this fucking asshole. So after a while, like, it gets to an issue. After a while, it gets to an issue where I'm like, dude, it's fucking been a month. Like, you won't tell me your location, this and that, and not responding to messages. And finally, I'm like, hey man, I'm gonna call the fucking cops. Like, we had an agreed upon deal, blah blah blah, and he goes, yeah, I'm on fucking blah, 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 and whatever, the cross streets. I'm going to leave your goddamn RV right here. You could fucking pick it up before the fucking cops tow it. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, what are you doing? I'm like, I helped you out. Where is this animosity coming from? And he tells me where it is, the location, and I show up, I get the RV, and I bring it home, and I'm like, dude, he sold it to me. The whole reason why he sold it to me, it was an 85. And it had every fucking manual in that appliance. Like, the convection oven, like the fridge, the microwave, like everything. It had every fucking manual for everything. Which, if you know your shit, is fucking awesome. So So he drops the fucking RV. I got it. And I'm like, da, da, da. I was like, dude, the binder of fucking manuals is not here. And this guy tries to get another $100 or I think out of me. I can't remember the amount, but he fucking holds this binder of manuals hostage. So I'm like, all right, well, I got the fucking RV. At this point, I'm fucking angry with him. And I agree to whatever his demands were. And I show up, and my game plan is to just knock this fucker out and teach him a lesson. And it's out like a Walmart. He's in a different fucking RV now at this point. This fucking numbskull got out of an RV to save a relationship and then just got into another RV. Whatever. We won't try to delve our mind. I mean, they're survivors. Like, I respect fucking people like this. They're survivors. I'm a survivor. So I show up at this Walmart and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna fucking absolutely destroy this fucking guy. And I go, yeah. There was, we were like texting back and forth about like giving the money, putting the money in the trunk, and I was like super like, yeah, like bet, sounds good. And I don't know if I just played my hand too much, but I show up and there's like a little piece of shit car right next to this RV that he's in, and the binder is right on the trunk of this fucking car. So this guy was a RV mechanic. I actually, like, before I bought it, tracked him down, I was, I'm a computer retard, but I could do some reconnaissance shit. So I track him down, his job, like everything. He actually did work at an RV repair place, and that's another key reason why I bought the RV. Was I was like, all right, this dude knows his shit. He's fixing his shit up, blah blah blah. I bought it. When I was looking at it, I saw like fucking milk cartons hanging on a fucking hanger and stuff, and I'm like, found out later the dude wired the starter. I had a huge problem with the starter. He just wired the starter to a fucking electrical line and cut it, and then spliced the starter wire and just fucking wrapped it around that just like once, and bloop, we're good. Starter. Huge component. We're good with this habit. But so dude was supposed to be an RV repair guy, and then I talked later to a mechanic buddy who was like, dude, don't ever buy a car from a mechanic because they will half-ass and fucking jimmy rig their shit, because they do it all the time for work, and they're just gonna half-ass it because their heart isn't in it. But yeah, so bought this RV from him. He was a fucking dickhead. Tried to hold this binder hostage, and all I was nice and helpful to him the whole time. And then after I got this fucking RV, I'm cleaning out everything because it stinks horribly, fucking nasty. stripped everything out. Fucking bombed the shit out of it. Deodorized it. Did all sorts of chemical stuff. I'm sitting in the RV, trying to be like positive and shit. And I'm documenting everything, just because I was trying to do, well, whatever, it doesn't matter. So I'm sitting there in the little fold out fucking thing, which works great. And I realize there's the fold down seat has two captain's chairs and a little fold down table in any RV rig. It's pretty much standard. And I realize that the base of this thing has a sheet wrapped around it and like tightly pulled. So I'm like, oh, what the fuck? Thing's wrapped around and like pull it apart and it's a fucking fridge. Little tiny college fridge. And I knew where the stench comes from right away. So I open this fucker up and there's a fucking bag of chicken that's open, a bag of cheese that's open, a carton of milk that's open, like all sorts of shit that will just stink your fucking rig up. I wasn't even mad. I'm like, yeah, that's impressive. Good for you, dude. On a pettiness scale, like, dude, you fucking nailed it. But coming back to the fucking original thing, like, dude, these fucking idiots out there in the world fucking idiots are out there in this world not realizing that people are helping them. You know? Like Dan Gruenwald. You fucking jerk off. Dickbag. I fucking helped you, man. How am I the bad guy? This fucking shithead, Matt Leahy. How the fuck am I the bad guy? You know? I bent over backwards to fucking help both of you out. And you tried really hard to fuck me over. The fuck is wrong with you? So, getting drunk tonight. Because I was supposed to wake up super early tomorrow, transfer funds, pull all my shit out, put like 20 bucks in all my accounts. And buy this piece of land. That is supposed to fucking lock me up for the rest of my life. Jesus Christ, do I just take it and fucking give them another $1,000? Maybe if I give them another grand and be like, get the fuck off of my property in a week. Okay, now we're thinking. All right. Well, now we are thinking, gang. Now we're thinking outside of the box. Maybe I just give them. Maybe I just take it. Take it. Take it. Take it. Another $750 and get the fuck on in a week or two. Hmm? I don't need to help them out. You don't. I don't need you. I don't need to let you fucking get your shit. Oh, side story. I gave them 60 days to fucking figure their shit out and get all their ducks in a row and get gone. Maybe I take that away. Something to think about. Oh. What do we got going on here? I don't know what that sound like. Sound like Hannibal Lecter. Maybe it would help our contractual obligations if I left him a voice message with this voice. I'm watching you, Matthew. All right. So, well, god damn it, this is a good podcast because the fucking land is the main thing. I can bend over and take it up the ass for fucking $750. That's the fucking that's what this guy's getting fucking pissed about. Is 750 fucking bucks. Yeah, I should probably just shut the fuck up and pay him. But it's a fucking precedent, you goddamn morons. What the fuck is wrong with you guys? I'm so sick of fucking idiots getting their way. But he's an idiot, and that's why I'm getting this fucking land for so cheap. Perspective. Alright, so hopefully this fucking jagoff will wake up in the morning and go, whoa. Oh, so I sent him an email where I'm like, dude, if you don't like the fucking fees that came up from when you asked the payout amount to like the closing, like all that shit, they don't refund that. Like the recorder fees and all that shit from preparing it, all that, the $1,000 of preparation fees don't go away. So tomorrow I am gonna show up at title with a cashier's check for the agreed upon amount. If you don't show up, I'm absolved of any kind of default kind of shit and will get my refund back. Scusi. You will go back to square one. Do not have your title for your trailer any longer. You can get that back for the $2,000 earnest money that I gave you, plus any funds that I get minus out of my deposit. Your land is still in foreclosure. And any fucking funds, if you get a sale from anybody, standard industry shit is 30 to 60 days to close. So, if you're not happy about the money that you're making from my deal, whatever deal you think you're going to get in the future, add on another $1,000 probably. And go fuck yourself. I didn't put the go fuck yourself in, but I would have liked to. I'm trying to not incite this fucking asshole more than he already is. There were a lot of times throughout this whole thing where I wanted to throw fucking personal insults at him. And I was like, oh man, this fucker is like me. He's not going to respond well to personal insults. So I just took the high road, and hopefully this motherfucker tomorrow will be like, I am an idiot. But who knows? So that's my rant for this evening. Where are we at? Got my doggies in here. They're mad at me. Zeus pooped on my carpet last night. Woke up in the middle of the night, licking my hand, like let's go. I took him out a bunch of times, and he wouldn't fucking poop. He wouldn't go outside. And I was walking around selling my Mustang, and I'm like, fuck, there's a big layer of diarrhea poop from my dog. Can't be mad at him. He tried to get me to fucking let him out, but I was like, why the fuck didn't you go out, you son of a bitch? So that is what is happening. That's what's happening, man. Yeah. How long has this retardedness been? 52 minutes. I'm always amazed at how long my rants will last. All right, ladies and gentlemen, be good. Realize when people are helping you out. And then don't fuck them over. You know, I think that's what's wrong with this world is people take advantage of everybody and then don't fucking pay it back, man. Be good, for God's sakes. Be honest. Be true. Be fucking honorable. Your word is your fucking code. All right, folks. Remember, left hand is for passing. Peace out.